This is Sean Meyers of the Carlow Sports Network here with another edition of the Celtics Spotlight. We're joined by Lauren Forte, the goalkeeper for the Carlow women's soccer team, a sophomore out of Johnstown. Thank you for taking the time to join us tonight.
Yeah, of course.
So first question I have for you is you got a lot of unexpected duty early in the season. You started every game of the first 8. How have you prepared for that responsibility of taking the net every night?
Mostly just mentally. As a goalkeeper, it's definitely really important to be confident. So that was the biggest transition for me last year to this year, I would say. For sure.
You got a lot of that time because of a preseason injury to goalkeeper Paige Shindahedi. She's now working her way back. She's appeared in a few games. How are you guys handling juggling time in net?
I'm just glad she's back, feeling better. I don't mind sharing time with her. I know it's her senior year, so it doesn't bother me. I kind of enjoy the competition. Both of us do. We're actually roommates. We share a house together, so we both enjoy it. It's really friendly and fun.
That transitions into my next question. How would you describe the relationship with her, whether it be on the field or off?
We definitely got really close last year, so we roomed together. We definitely got close this year, and I would say she's one of my better friends.
What are some of your best attributes as a soccer player?
Just probably thinking ahead, trying to figure out what's going to happen next, how I'm going to play the ball, things like that. Just trying to know what play is going to happen before it happens.
It seems like being a goalkeeper, so much of it is anticipating what the opponent might do.
Definitely.
How do you kind of handle that in terms of knowing what they might be trying to do against you?
It's just kind of like a habit. You kind of get into looking at where they're going to shoot by their hips or their feet or where they're looking, and it's different for every player, but once you start playing more and getting that experience, it's definitely a lot easier to react faster to stuff like that.
Carlow's off to a slow start in terms of the record, but that's because your team's played a lot of really good competition in the non-conference part. How does that benefit you long term?
It's definitely preparing us better for the conference games, so we're just trying to play as a team more than, the stats would be nice if we could get some wins, but it's more about getting together as a team and getting where we need to be before we actually want to go into conference.
Well, speaking of the River States Conference, that's on the horizon. What are the team expectations for 2019?
We definitely want to go as far as we can and win as many games, but we also just want to make sure we're progressing as a team as well as individually, so we're definitely all focused on making sure we're all getting better as individual players as well as a team.
Talking to Lauren Forte, the sophomore goalkeeper out of the Johnstown area, Bishop McCourt High School. What went into your decision from high school to join Carlow?
I knew Carlow was a good nursing school, and that's kind of why I started looking here. But what really solidified my decision was when Coach Duda asked me about if I was interested in playing soccer. So I definitely started looking at Carlow more and figuring out if that's somewhere I would want to go, and it is, and I do like it here a lot.
So I think I know the answer based on what you just said, but what's your major?
Nursing.
And you're hoping to become a nurse in the future then?
Yes.
What stood out about nursing? What made you want to get into that field?
I always wanted to do something in the medical field, but as people in my family got sick, I realized that nurses are more on the forefront of patient interaction and making sure the family and the patient are feeling okay, and it's more personable, which is what I like about it, and that's kind of why I decided to do that.
I know you're still pretty early in your college career, but what has been the most challenging class you've taken to this point?
Probably health assessment. I have that right now, and it's just a lot of work. I wouldn't say it's extremely hard, but it's definitely time consuming.
So Bishop McCourt High School, what was your fondest memory?
Probably winning our District 6 championship my senior year in soccer. I don't know, we worked for that all 4 years. We were waiting to get there, and then we finally won, and it was probably one of the better feelings of being in high school.
So you competed in District 6. Most of the players on the Celtics were District 7, the WPIAL.
Yes.
Did you have familiarity with any of the players before you joined this program?
No, I didn't know anybody on the team actually from playing soccer beforehand, but we all get along pretty well, so.
Was there a bit of a transition period when you first came here to try to meet the girls?
Yeah, for sure. That's probably another thing that goes into the confidence this year playing. I definitely got to know the players better last year, so coming in this year was a lot easier to know how they play and things like that, which I didn't have last year.
Alan Duda is the head coach for Carlow. What stands out about him? What are some of his best qualities?
I would say he's just very personable. He's very like accommodating as well to like nursing students. If we have like 2 exams the next day and we need to like take off practice, he's really understanding about things like that. Any like other extracurriculars you might have, he's willing to work with you on your schedule.
I hope you don't have 2 exams tomorrow. I'm not.
No,
Okay,
no,
good.
No, we're good.
I would feel bad then. So it's nice and quiet in here now, but before you're getting ready for a game, is there a particular song that gets you pumped up or in the right mindset?
Not a particular song, but maybe like an artist. I like Matchbox 20 a lot and Red Hot Chili Peppers, stuff like that, alternative music, which is kind of weird before a game, but it's just what I've been doing since I was...
And I feel like Matchbox 20 and Red Hot Chili Peppers, that's like almost predating your birth, right?
Yeah, but it's definitely, yeah, it's stuff I like, so...
Now, is there like a team DJ before the game? How does that go about?
That's definitely Frankie on our team. She will get us pumped up. She has a very interesting taste in music, but it definitely gets us going.
So we'll transition from music to movies. Is there a movie or even a couple of movies where you could basically recite every line?
Probably Titanic, as weird as that is. It's one of my favorite movies, and I watched it a lot as a kid.
I feel like Titanic, it's not a particular line. It's kind of the hanging
It's the
over
whole-
the
yeah.
front of it that's the most notable thing, right?
Yeah, for sure. And it's 3 hours long, so like knowing a lot of lines is pretty impressive to me.
So if I said for the rest of your life you could only have one food to eat, what are you picking?
Pierogies, for sure.
Any particular type?
I like them all, honestly.
Lastly, what's your favorite vacation spot or a place you've always wanted to vacation?
Hawaii. I've been there before, and it's really nice, and I'm going again this summer, so I'm excited for that.
If you're looking for anyone else to take, I'm always available to go to Hawaii.
For sure.
That is Lauren Forte of the Carlow Celtics soccer team, the sophomore keeper here on the Celtics Spotlight.